Let's talk about authenticity, because so many actors that I've worked with, when I ask them for what kind of feedback they want on their performance, they want to know if their performances are authentic or if they're believable or if I buy it. And the tricky thing about this is it's framed in this way that suggests that I have this unshakable, objective truth that if they can just get that truth from me, they're like set and golden and good for life. And the problem is that you already know that that is not true, because you've sat in a movie theater or you've sat in a regular theater and watched a performance, and your response to the performance was totally different from the person next to you. You saw it and were like, I buy it. This is amazing. I'm completely moved. And the person next to you was like, nah, I don't buy it for a second. It doesn't feel true to me. So how is that possible? How is it possible that two people can watch the same performance and walk away with totally different senses of the authenticity of the show? Well, it's because authenticity is cultural and authenticity is also context specific. So here's a perfect example of that. When I was a student studying in the UK, studying acting in the UK, we were working on Shakespeare scenes. And from my lived experience as a young white American, I was interpreting the emotions of these characters who were living in really high stakes as big, like big, powerful emotions, boiling them over, filling the space. But often the feedback I was getting was about toning it down, finding emotion that was more subtle, sort of broiling just underneath the surface. Now, this is both a useful versatility skill to have as an actor, but it is also reflective, I think, of the culture that I was studying in. I also know this to be true because I know there's plenty of actors of color whose interpretation of how a character is portrayed has been questioned or undermined by a white director who was not understanding the cultural context through which they were interpreting and bringing that character to life. Okay, so I had to start my drive to work, so here we are. We're going to finish this up here. So, but even though authenticity is subjective and cultural and context specific, I still think there's something we're looking for. Like when we ask that question, is my performance authentic? Or your director or teacher is like, I want more authenticity. There's still, I think, something that they're asking for. So here's the thing I think they're asking for. They want to see if you can find yourself in a ventral vagal state whilst experiencing heightened emotion. And to find out what that is, what ventral vagal is, to talk more about what the heck that means, please come to the workshop. Okay, I gotta go to work now.